ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Freedom Farm Baseball League representing the Bahamas in the Little League World Series qualifier currently going on in Puerto Rico. The 2-4-2 opened up play on Saturday with a 3-2 win over the Dominican Republic. They followed that up with a 10-3 win yesterday over Puerto Rico's B team. It was even easier today, 13-2 over the U.S. Virgin Islands, as the Bahamas remains undefeated at 3-0. Up next tomorrow will be the toughest test yet as they take on Puerto Rico's A team, which is also undefeated at 4-0. That game is at 10 a.m. From there, the Bahamas will play Curacao at 1 p.m. tomorrow, and Curacao, they lost for the first time today against Puerto Rico's A team, so not only double duty for the Bahamas, but 2 games in 1 day against strong competition. Now, following tomorrow's games, the 2-4-2 finish-up round-robin play on Wednesday against Aruba, which currently sports a 1-1 record. The semifinal set for Thursday. The final and consolation game will be played on Friday. The Central American and Caribbean Games will get underway later on this week in Colombia. Men's basketball isn't scheduled to start until July 29th, but our team will look much different than the one that represented the country at the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Michael Furley-Bain is one of the players named to that squad, and he shared his recipe for success.
I think if we get a program together where our guys could practice for a few more weeks before these tournaments, I think we'll be all right.
From the WNBA, Jonquel Jones and the Connecticut Sun on a 2-game win streak following an 83-64 win yesterday over the Minnesota Lynx. After a couple of off games, Jonquel back in double figures coming off the bench. She was 5 of 8 from the field and 2 of 4 from behind the three-point arc, finishing up with 12 points, 3 rebounds and a block in 17 minutes on court. For the Sun, this is their first 2-game win streak since they took back-to-back games against the Liberty and the Lynx at the beginning of June. Jones and the Sun now sit at 12-10 in the standings, tied with the Lynx. That's good enough for 7th place. They play again tomorrow at home against the Atlanta Dream. The Atlantis Basketball League into its 2018 playoffs, and based on the regular season, it's going to be a fight to the finish.
The competition this year has been tremendous. This league, we had a lot of talent past through the Atlantis League, and it hasn't dropped. Now we had like the likes of Ricardo, Pierre, and Manny Adley, and all those big guys.
Playing on the outdoors, does that take away from the competition at all, you think?
No, it doesn't. The atmosphere, everybody gets off from work. You come here at the park, all the camaraderie, the talking in the cafeteria, all this and that. So the outdoors, this park is the best venue for this league.
And where do you see the Atlantis League going?
This is my 2nd year as commissioner, and what I'm trying to do now is to bring it back to the glory days. We're playing for rings this year, so then we have our All-Star coming up, where we have our coaches, managers, and basically we're gonna have a new champion because the champions from last year is not here.
Now you guys want to do something with this court out here as well, right?
Oh yeah, this needs some work. It needs some work badly. But by next year, I think we should have a good floor.
Now, for those of you who passed by the Betty Cole Park recently, you would see work is already being done. That has forced the Atlantis League to finish its season elsewhere. They were using the Antal Rogers Gym, but due to unavailability, they are now looking for a venue once again. They hope to use the Donald Davis Gym so they can start back tomorrow. The Grand Bahama Regatta will get underway on Friday and run through Sunday. Some of the top C-class sloops will be on the water.
We like to call ourselves the floating ambassadors. We do things that men and ladies that we put in place can't do, that we try to do for these islands. So Grand Bahama is no different. We'd like to put on a good show for you guys, so we'd like to see you out there cheering on your favorite team. And if you don't even know a team and you're just intrigued by the sailing aspect, come on down. We have boats that will tell you what you need to know, that will take you on them, just to be a part of it, and so you can have a new appreciation for the sport of sloop sailing.
The Grand Bahama Regatta comes on the heels of the All Andresbury Islands Regatta, which was held the weekend leading up to independence. Team Barbarian took part in the B and C classes. Owner and skipper Delworth Gibson says the regatta had its ups and downs.
tended by boats. We really wanted to see more boats there. Their budget was limited. We had to work within their budget. We really would like to see the Independence Regatta back here in the capital, because you're limited if you have to travel to Andros and they're operating on a limited budget. If we bring the races back here to the capital, the 3 clubs can pitch in and say, okay, look, there's no limit here. Whoever wants to participate can participate. You have 15, 20 C class, 15, 20 B class, and 10 A class. We don't want this thing to be limited during the independence, especially. That's our independence. We need to celebrate that in a big way. And this needs to be among the big boys. And that is what we are pushing for this year.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.